What unwritten rule of dating you hate the most? Why? The play it cool bullpoop. If you like someone, why can't you just be honest about it? All this wait, X, time to respond to a message stuff is completely nonsense and infantile. Something always has to be happening. You constantly have to have plans, dates, etc. with so. It's draining. It'd be nice to learn how to just be bored and sit around the house with each other once in a while. Not discussing future plans, marriage/children. Supposedly, it's so you can feel free or whatever, but there's no reason you can't still keep it casual for a while after checking off some things that would become a huge problem and possibly ruin our lives in the future boxes. Why on earth would you fall in love first? I don't know what rule it is, but I really don't care for her claiming to like everything I like. Not only is it boring, I'm trying to get to know you and you're hiding parts of your personality to get me to like you. In all honesty, I don't want to share my whiskey, so it's cool you don't drink it, and I'll probably like the real you much better than I like me. I don't even know why you like me. Don't be too eager to reply. I really don't get this rule. Like you have to wait for how many minutes to reply. If you like someone, just let the conversation flow. I just don't get with all these mind games. I agree, but I actually had the opposite work for me and my ex. We would reply when we could, but we would also not drop what we were doing to reply right away. If I was cleaning my apartment, I would finish my task before replying. If she was doing grad school work, she would finish the assignment before replying. Holding in farts/burps. Side note, the worst apartment layouts are the ones where the bathroom is right next to the living room and has minimal sound dampening. This is where bathroom fans are so great. The louder the better. Men being expected to pay for the meal. It should be seen as a nice surprise gesture when he does, but when it's expected it feels more like just fulfilling an obligation. Plus dates are expensive once alcohol is involved. Cultural things. I was recently dumped by a girl I liked a whole lot. We didn't have a fight. Everything was awesome. By far the best relationship I've ever been in. But she is first generation American from Chinese parents. Her parents forced her to end things and cut things off altogether. Culturally she has to do what they say and that's it. Now I don't have my best friend and love. And her parents don't give a damn about how she feels. The idea of playing hard to get. Just don't even bother with doing it or with someone you think is doing it. First and foremost, it's narcissistic to put yourself up on a pedestal and act like you're some kind of prize to be chased after. Second, just knowing it's a thing gives guys the idea they should just keep on trying, even after they've been turned down. Creeps will use it as justification for being creepy, but it also confuses well-intentioned guys who eventually get lumped in as creeps as well. Dating apparently doesn't mean exclusivity. So, that perfect person that you've gone on 3 dates with is probably going out with/talking to other potentials. Most times, the other person doesn't know that they've been the second date of the night. There are 3 I really loathed when I was single. Don't discuss future plans immediately, or you'll freak him out. Oh, I'm sorry. Am I supposed to get more emotionally invested in you so my poop can fall by the wayside? I don't want to waste my time with someone who doesn't want what I do, and he shouldn't want to waste his either. Don't call people out on their rude behavior. Just go with the flow. I'm sorry, but this is such horse poop. I can't believe I went through so many dates with guys who trashed women, disrespected me, or snapped calls I wouldn't put out at the end of the night. At one point or another, people need to be called out on their piss poor manners and shown that there are consequences. Don't confront a person who ghosts you. Nope, not flying with me. If you are weak enough to ghost someone who was polite to you, I will personally make it awkward for you. It's a matter of ducking respect. Why are people so damned spineless? I've been married for a while, so all the unwritten rules, or whatever, may have changed. There is only one unwritten rule that is holding you back. It's that being rejected or having a bad date means anything about your value as a person. It doesn't mean jack poop. Let go the fear of rejection. Don't let an awkward date with someone reflect poorly on you. It just means you and the person you went with didn't click. Every other rule is a symptom of the fear of rejection / awkwardness / failure. Once you learn this, you will both gain more personal confidence and not care that someone rejected your advanced. You will no longer pine for that boy or girl. You will talk to them, ask them out, and maybe they say yes and maybe no. That's fine. In fact, if they say no, now you can stop pining. There are evolutionary reasons to fear rejection, because back in the tribal days you only had the choice of a few mates and each mate turning you down with generally no knowledge to the other few potential mates, and it'd reflect poorly on you. So you had to only go for a mate when you were at your most desirable. This just doesn't apply anymore, unless you live in a very small town. Sorry, and your internal mechanisms punishing you for potential failure should be ignored. That only men are supposed to give flowers / gifts / spontaneous romantic gestures. I can't even count the number of times I've fantasized about and so springing something like that on me, even something small. So long as it's thoughtful, that's all that matters. But you can't ask for it, because that defeats the purpose of being thought of and shown affection without prompting. And since it's the cultural norm for men to do that, and for women not to do that, I guess I'll just keep dreaming. This more a recent development of the past 5 years, but I have to go with the vilification of the cold / public approach. As online dating has become more prevalent, flirting culture has become more guarded as a result of the #METOO movement. The #METOO movement being a very good thing, I might add. It has become weird or downright taboo for a guy to approach or flirt with a girl in public. You overhear conversations about it, or read posts and discussions about it all the time, and all you hear is, "Don't ask me out in the grocery store, I'm just trying to shop. Don't approach me at the library, I'm here to read. Why are you talking to me at this bar? Do I know you? I'm out to hang out with my girlfriends, obviously. I'm here at this coffee shop to study. Why are you talking to me? etc. etc." Of course, it is very much a good thing that assholes and creepers are ousted and discouraged from harassing girls, and all a-holes deserve to shut up or be shot down. But there's a sort of social trickle-down effect in which chatting up or flirting with a girl in public is no longer acceptable in any context, at least compared to the 90s or zeros. Even if you're polite, perceptive, and know when and how to quickly disengage when it's clear she isn't interested. Very important. It's gotten the point that guys don't even bother trying anymore, because any flirtatious action towards a stranger aside from swiping right could make you seem like a creep. I mean, if you don't know what does or doesn't constitute creepy behavior, you shouldn't be chatting up girls in the first place. But over the past few years it's gotten to the point where outside of our dating profiles and smartphone apps everyone just kind of keeps to themselves. It's a little sad. The whole let's be super guarded for a few months until we tentatively start letting down our walls around the 6-month mark. Nap, duck that poop. Tell me you care about me. Send me 100 texts a day. Tell me how much you missed me because I couldn't text while I was at work, or because it's been a whole week since we last saw each other. Date me like you want me, not like you're trying to decide if it'll work out 80 years from now. Forget about that. Live in the now. We are together now. We are happy now. So, treat me like it. Let's be happy now, and I'm what anyone else says it's too soon for. That's for us to decide. Hints. Woman, men do not get hints. If you like me, make the statement that you are interested in romance. Men are primal hunters with minds dedicated to solutions. If you ask me to come over and help fix your computer, I will fix your computer. Don't message me 4 years later like how come we never hooked up when I asked you to come over that night. Like how the hell was I supposed to know fix my computer is code for pound me till the bed frame breaks? The guy having to initiate contact. My man is shy. If I hadn't asked him on a date we might have never ended up together. I'm so glad I asked, since we are still together a decade later, but I was terrified to ask because I didn't want to look too confident. WTF is that about lol? This isn't an unwritten rule, but telling the other person you're not looking for anything serious. I respect that people want their intentions to be clear, but telling me on an app before we've even met or set up a date is a little much. It puts me in a box of either hookup material or not. In my experience it usually means the dude doesn't take you seriously. Because you met on an app just BC we met on Tinder doesn't mean I'm not a real human being with thoughts and feelings. Plus what happens if you tell someone that and you start to like them and want to pursue something serious? I'm not anti-hookup, I love consistent D, but I'd rather have that convo after we've met, or ideally not at all.